old ones use holograms for everything. Holograms are real. I wonder if at some point they just couldn't.
There.
Maniac.
I remember. Good.
Have you spoken with...
Yeah, when she's not reading the archives like a giddy kid drinking her first ale. She took to that new focus quick, that's for sure. I gotta say, I'm a little jealous. But I can see why you two hit it off.
You look tired?
Ha! You never want to hold back, are you? I've just been making sure that I got everything down for this mission. We want to be the...
You'll do fine, Erend. Ashik, I'll give...
From
I got a... Did all...
Our new Quen, the moment she...
Sounds about... It's...
Yeah, says a home...
Well, it's,
Yeah, says a home should always spring with life anew.
Well, it's not... Once got...
The seeds have been planted. What? I thought...
I'm glad you and Zoe found each other.
Don't forget, you're...
Now that I have Omega clearance, we can grab Hephaestus and finally...
Can't wait.
Better them than us. I should go get...
Of course.
Aloy!
Right to work, I see.
There's just so much. I mean, we knew of artificial beings that served the ancestors, but God... Oh, she's amazing! And you, a true reincarnation of an ancestor. Genetically speaking, of course, not like the, late CO. And there's more ancestors out there, returned from beyond the stars. Of course, they're trying to kill us, which is not great. And Eric Visser is with them, which is disturbing. And then there's Hephaestus, and...
Okay. How about we take it one step?
You're right.
Back at the greenhouse, you spoke...
Diviners are meant to seek out the truth in the legacy. And many Imperials sponsor them in the hopes they'll find something the Empire can put to use, thus gaining favor with the Emperor. But the detriment, like that, only over...
What happens to... The ancestor.
Yes, those whose warfare, leadership, and patronage of the science and arts.
The CO called Elizabeth Sobek an assistant. What's that about?
Right, one of the that's how we thought of Sobek. Our, missing... Her name is... When I passed, it brought honor to our family and increased rations. Only...
Why? What happened?
Halika knew that not even your unless you...
Sounds harsh.
Like, well, last time out, because of my... But if...
I promise. You said you owed me an explanation for what happened.
Right. He was as such, he sponsored, and he took us whom we considered the...
Ted Farrow.
I know better. Anyway, in fact, many of the most important ancestors did. So the Emperor's nephew convinced him that an expedition across the ocean, if only we could find the right data in this fabled city. Perhaps we could roll back the Emperor dozens of scouting missions, and the Emperor, one who wields the legacy for the good of the living embodiment of Ted Farrow. The Renewer. It may seem strange now, but for it, we really...
You said what happened?
We in school, and that once we struggled. There were, but he became, and you heard it. We knew that, but he was.
What a great.
The Quen, but what the CO principle.
So
he won't. But he. I can't. The best thing I can say about him is that he can be trusted to always do what's best for him.
Yep, sounds about right. I see you've been using your...
It's been fascinating. So much better than the version what would have taken me years, like the database you helped me with this. I've been able... This could revolutionize how diviners analyze the legacy. That is... It's not... I mean, but...
Yeah, we are. I hope everyone...
Oh, yeah, of course. And it's refreshing. Back home, diviners can only share data with the permission from the overseers.
So...
Yeah, you are not...
You wanted...
A diviner has never had this sort of... And knowing you, I suspect there is much that would normally be forbidden. But I was sent here. Maybe it'll help the Quen find their...
You mentioned air...
He is known to the combing through data related to his work led us to breakthroughs related to weapons and military tactics. Knowledge our rulers used to conquer and expand, to become the empire we are today. That's why he's one of our most revered ancestors. But, based on your encounter with him, it appears he's even more ruthless than we... Yet another...
Well...
If only the Overseer...
Beta mentioned other Zeniths. Tilda, Verbena, and Gerard.
I'm afraid I don't know anything about them. Whatever legacy they left...
I hope everyone's been...
Oh, and it's for back... Yeah,
I need to...
Oh, it will...
I hope so.
Then
Welcome.
Good to be...
I could var the sheet. We should she
Sound... Read anything?
I apparent that clean
Read any...
I apparent that cleanse their aura. Me, I think I'll stick to.
How are things with every...
Slightly quiet. Apparently the old called it meat. A must-see battle between steel. You'd think we have enough of that going around.
How are things with everyone?
Slightly quieter. Aaron, apparently the old ones wrestled machines, as some called it meat. A must-see battle between steel and... You'd think...
I need to...
Right, that means...
Beta's so frustrating. I don't get how she can be so negative all the time. I mean, we're clones of the same woman, and yet... She couldn't be more different from Elizabeth. Looks like Gaia was able to unlock that door.
I wonder what it's like.
There's a lot of equipment in here. Gaia, what was all this for?
This room was designed for management of the facility's vast seed banks. From here, Control Center operatives would have monitored new crop rotations into the automated farmlands, now known as Plainsong.
I see. According to this console, there are still thousands of plant samples stored deep below the facility. I could ask Gaia about them the next time I talk to her.
I see politics stay the same no matter how much...
Aloy, we've been briefed on our mission and are ready whenever you wish to head to...
Have you spoke?
The Quen is peculiar. Her mind is sharp, but it's hard to imagine her survive.
Trust me.
I will take your...
How are your studies going?
I wanted to learn more about...
And?
I looked up this pharaoh. Gaia said you went and learned about the plague of machine. To think that the ancient world was wiped out by... There is no glory or honor in such a fate.
That about sums it up. I have to go now.
Then...
Plugging in that power cell downstairs must have turned on these holograms. There's Quen stuff in here now. Must be all of us.
This focus thing's trying to kill me.
You did almost drown it in beer.
Not on purpose.
Welcome back. Aloy, I know your experience in Thebes was unsettling, but we have a new problem.
Did something go wrong with Beta and the rig? Will we be able to transport you to Gemini?
The rig is complete. The problem is Hephaestus itself. It has accelerated its proliferation throughout the Cauldron network, increasing its power.
But with your sub-functions restored, we can still succeed, right?
Correct. But the net effect is that absorbing Hephaestus will take longer than previously calculated.
How long?
Even with Omega clearance, my current estimate is that the merge will take 35 hours.
And each hour increases the risk of detection by the Zeniths. Two cores. Two overrides. What if the merge were carried out by two clones of Elizabeth Sobek, both armed with Omega clearance? How long then? Half the time?
Hephaestus would be unprepared for the simultaneous labor of two operators, in addition to obvious synergetic efficiencies. Calculating. It would reduce the merge time to approximately 4.5 hours.
Okay. Varl, it looks like we're gonna need Beta at Gemini. Do you think you can convince her?
I don't know, but I'll try.
What about our diversion? Are the pulse generators ready?
Only a final test remains. I am confident that if fired in proximity to other cauldrons, the pulses will mask our activities at Gemini from the Zeniths.
Good. As long as Aaron can operate one without shooting himself in the face.
Aloy, you better get down here. Beta's in bad shape.
Okay. There we go. More data for the dome.
Good choice. Aloy.
How's all of us?
As soon as she arrived, a particular information about a machine assistant devoted to keeping living space, I informed I may be able to
I'm sure. So our plan to cap...
As you wish. We now... When the...
And then...
Not... Because...
And the others... And then... I found some data in one of the... It mentioned that there are still functional... Why is it there?
My predecessor was tasked with primary and second. Had everything gone according to plan, been able to introduce tertiary species.
Can we access them now?
Unfortunately, it will have to in order to...
And for that we need Hephaestus. So what do you think Ted...
It seems he convinced himself it wasn't... Given the tribal nature of News and his ability to use Omega Clear, I imagine he would have convinced one or more to worship him as their patriarchal deity.
Okay. Aside from Gaia Prom, there was one other underground facility that was sealed before the Pharaoh... Elysium. The place where Zero Dawn's staff and their families... Do you know what happened to it?
Elysium was designed to provide life support. My data indicates the facility...
Did the Pharaoh Plague find them?
Unknown. My connect...
I'll be on my way.
I wish you...
Anybody seen one of my machine strike pieces around?
This metal flower down.
Aloy, I detect you are in the vicinity of a cauldron on the coast. You may be able to acquire more machine overrides from its core. I have marked the location on your focus.
Thanks, Gaia. blow this up. Just where Gaia said I'd find one. Looks heavily guarded. But if I can get to its core, should be able to find data to override new machines. Tried to sneak into that cauldron I've been seen. Thought I would take care of these machines first. Saw me. This kelp might give me some cover. Looks like I can swim down from here. Machine can tell parts are cold. Claws will help. Snapmaw's a lot better when they can't reach me. Core and get those machine overrides. That crate. Might be able to use it to climb onto the ledge. That's no good. Can't use the forecaster on that. Should be able to climb it now. This room. Maybe there's a way to climb up around here.